There is a poison in the goods. When it was surrounded by tens of thousands of bees, it doesn't make a painful howling sound, but a comfortable sound. Honey lover Ren Song nicknamed Ping Tooch. The story begins with the disappearance of 8 dogs in the farm. When the farm owner was investigating the case, the suspect went back on his feet. He broke into the farm owner's house. The farm owner was lucky to catch this cute little guy, but soon he found out. This goods is so cute that he has no friends. According to the farm owner, he is an animal lover. In fact, there are 2 honey lovers in the family, Bruce and his girlfriend Hame, and Stoffel, who was just caught. It's relatively gentle. You know that honey lovers are quite grumpy animals, but the stone fell down on the bones of the animal. Under the mutual effect of force, the stone is divided into 2. Rui Li's cross-sectional surface scratched his hand. He gently touched the cross-sectional surface of the stone with his finger. This is a great moment. The age of the old age has come. It is because of the practical use. The farmer started to evolve. 180 million years ago, compared to the farmer has retired most of his hair. The difference between us and the present is not very big. And the farmer started to hunt to get the food he needed. 1 month became standing on top of the food chain. Because of the retreat of the hairline, they are good at running and have great endurance, even in the scorching sun. Other animals can't effectively cool down. Farmers are different. They have less hair as long as they sweat. Sweating will make their body temperature drop quickly. In this period, the farmer also learned to use fire. The cooked meat is easier to digest than the raw meat, and to burn the food. Most of the parasites will also be eliminated. At this time, some of the farmers started to leave Africa, arrived in the Asian region. Some people, and the people on the top of the mountain, are all farmers. Speaking of which, there must be someone lifting the bar. Don't be busy with the bar, because we are not the descendants of some people. And the people on the top of the mountain, you can see it when you look at it. In the same period, the farmers in Africa also created a branch. They are called the Haidabao people. Some Haidabao people migrated to Europe and evolved the later Neanderthals. And the Haidabao people who stayed in Africa gradually evolved into Neanderthals. So something interesting happened. In 300,000 to 200,000 years ago, 3 people lived on the earth at the same time. They are Neanderthals, Neanderthals, and Neanderthals. Neanderthals are the ancestors of all humans now, but the early appearance of Neanderthals, almost extinct. 19,000 years ago, the Earth entered the Ice Age. This is not much of an impact on Asia. Farmers and the people on the top of the mountain are not affected. Neanderthals, who have stayed in Europe for a long time, also adapted to the cold weather, so they easily survived. But the Neanderthals who lived in Africa almost barbecued. The salt and cold made Africa a desert. Most animals died because of death. The Neanderthals who lacked food were almost forced to a dead end. Neanderthals began to migrate under the force of helplessness in the Salt Sea in the south of Africa. They ate seafood and passed through the ice. At this time, the Neanderthals fell to less than 10,000 people. About 100,000 years to 80,000 years ago, the Neanderthals who survived left Africa, walked to Asia and Europe, even arrived in the Americas through the Bering Sea. When the Neanderthals meet the Neanderthals, what kind of story will happen? The battle between the 2 races began. Neanderthals have stronger physique, and they are very smart. From the discovered fossils, it can be inferred their brains are 10% bigger than the Neanderthals. According to this, Neanderthals should be smarter than Neanderthals. In addition to strong physique, they shouldn't lose to the Neanderthals. But the result is that Neanderthals are extinct. The last one to laugh is the Neanderthals. Through fossils, scientists discovered a surprising secret. And this is also the reason why the Neanderthals lost to the Neanderthals in the project. 50,000 years ago, the Neanderthals targeted their prey. That's a strong bull. The Neanderthals are very powerful, not just their physical strength. This kind of creature actually defeated the powerful Neanderthal people. And after thousands of years of catching rabbits, their hunting methods have completely changed. A group of people with no blood relations are hunting a group of prey. They are clear about their work. And at the same time, there are people who are not good at hunting, who are ambushed in the front. They made a change in the hunting tools. The appearance of the scythe has changed the rules of the game. And at the same time, it has changed the way people live, so don't underestimate it. With such tools, they can throw the spear twice as far away. And people don't need to get close to the prey, so they can easily put down the target. Not only is it a scythe, they have never stopped improving their tools. You can find that as time goes by. The scythe they use is getting more and more exquisite. The scythe of the Neanderthal people has almost not changed in the past 250,000 years. Maybe it's because they have the strength to break through. They don't have much dependence on the tools. And there's a big difference in the genes of the two people. One of the genes that the Neanderthal people have lived in. The number of tools and remains shown in the soil, in this 500 square meters of salt hole. There are more than 150 Neanderthal people. They are made up of many families. On the other hand, the Neanderthal people, they have only 13 genes, and they are all close relatives, with their families as units and their communities as units. The difference in this is great. If there is any new idea or new tool improvement, it will spread quickly among the Neanderthal people. But the Neanderthal people do not have this condition. Although the Neanderthal people are smart and strong, they still lost to the United people. But the current human genes have about 1% to 4% DNA from the Neanderthal people. So there is not only war between the two people, but also love. Pay attention to this bird. It has 10 legs. In addition to the 2 legs of the walk, there are 8 legs under its wings. This is a male African Neanderthal. First of all, we have to rule out that it is not a stag. The male Neanderthal has a very good set of children, because this guy goes out with his children under. The wings are his for children. After the child's mother gave birth to the egg, afraid of increasing the burden of the family, he ran away. The Neanderthal father hatched the young bird on his own. And after the main bird hatched, he completed the prenatal task on his own. The so-called child of the poor family was born early. The Neanderthal baby began to eat alone after breaking the shell. The father just used it as a walking tool. The feet were wide and flat, and the weight of the body was spread out, so they could almost walk on the water. In other words, the Neanderthal baby is mainly not flies and mosquitoes. The father does not care about this. After all, the family has this condition. If there are too many flies, they are also meat. Only 1/4 of the birds can survive, because they have a lot of enemies. A fish is looking for prey in the distance. This guy has the eyes of the ancestors, the movement within 2 kilometers of the square. He can see clearly. Suddenly the fish spread its wings and flew towards the surface of the water. The Neanderthal father knew that something big was going to happen. He kept calling out for the child, but the birds were scattered in every corner of the pond. When he heard the father's alarm, all the Neanderthal babies suddenly stopped moving. This kind of high-end camouflage has been passed down for millions of years. Any wind and rain noise, the Neanderthal baby will enter the dead state. The Neanderthal father stared at the fish. He was not sure which child was caught, but fortunately, the fish was not interested in the Neanderthal baby. After danger, the Neanderthal baby returned to the father. The Neanderthal father quickly put the child in the pocket. But it seems that there is still one missing. It turned out that the Neanderthal put his head in the water, did not hear the father's call. Until the father passed by the place he hid, he struggled to climb out of the water. The Neanderthal father quickly ran to the front, put the last child in the pocket, and then looked for a safe place to continue to hide. A big black bird flew to the Red River near the Neanderthal pond, then disappeared. There were 2 of them who were not afraid of death. People did not understand this behavior before, until later they found that they could cross the water and enter the legendary water pit. The reason why they stopped is because this is their home. They can hide from the strong heaven and earth. The Neanderthal saw the prey disappear. The Neanderthal bird used to live very well. But now the situation has changed. The Neanderthal bird may not exist. Why is this? Human development has brought a devastating blow to the Neanderthal when these young birds have not learned to fly yet. In order to avoid the water level is too high. People chose to open the gate and put the water, which was 10 times 100 times the amount of water. The water level is too high. People chose to open the gate and put the water, which was 10 times 100 times the amount of water. People chose to open the gate and put the water, which was 10 times 100 times the amount of water. The Neanderthal bird drawer codes, the end of the wild Europe. In the dream like this, in the dream like this, in the dream like this. When you guard over the seagulls with the old wife. In the face of the flood that came from the ghosts, the hope that they survived was blinded. This is not a coincidence. Sadness is happening every year. In addition to the cold salt wall and the water in front of the eyes, they have not seen the splendor of the outside world. Ostrich, in the trend of seeking to survive in the north, spread its wings inside, even though the whole body has been beaten to death. But it didn't give up. An incredible thing happened. It crossed the death line like a miracle. Perhaps not only it, but also other friends are as brave, in the misfortune of searching for a chance to survive. It's not just a big dark night. There are too many animals around the world. Because of human development, they are facing survival tests. What do those disabled wild animals rely on to survive in the cruel nature? In fact, it's not just their strong will. What's more important is that these disabled wild animals are mostly group animals. In this world, whether it's humans or animals, unity is the strongest force. A united group has cohesion and fighting power. Even if these disabled animals do not have the ability to obtain food, or the process of obtaining food is very difficult, the companions in the group can also help them. This is the biggest advantage of group animals. They help each other, no matter in secret or in play. There will always be companions who will stand guard for everyone. When danger comes, they will immediately warn the other members of the group to immediately raise their vigilance. This is also the best protection against those disabled animals. The more disabled you are, the more difficult it is to be disabled. Facing the injustice of fate, it is still unwavering. I hope these disabled wild animals can continue to live with their own group. The lions are digging a hole. But then they actually dig out a pig. These lions came to the pig den. It's been a long time since I've eaten pork, so I'm going to eat the whole pig. But it's not that easy to dig a pig that hides too deep. But the lion is still very experienced. After all, digging a hole is not once or twice. There are still means. The next lion actually went into the hole, but the hole didn't go in vain. After a short time, I finally caught a prey. Good guy. It turned out to be a small pig. This lion ran away with the prey next to it. The other lions didn't go after it, because this pig is too small. I guess a lion can't eat enough. Let's take a look at these lions. They are very united. They are cooperating to capture the pig in the hole. Look at the lion's effort. This pig is probably not small. And the power is also very big. The lions have been digging for a long time, but they haven't succeeded. I have to say that the pig is still a bit powerful. It's not that easy to capture it easily. But the lions finally bit the pig after a lot of effort. Then it came out directly. Good guy. It's really a big pig. It's just a bit too unlucky. Staying at home can be caught by the lion. Who are you going to talk to? The lions successfully captured the big pig in the hole. The prey was just about to be used. Suddenly a prey came out and took the prey away. It's really not a waste of time to call it a prey. How cowardly are they? Let's take a look and see. These three prey are eating. But some wild dogs also want to eat some meat, and they really don't want to be called a prey. So they have to fight with the wild dogs to drive them away. But there is only one. The wild dog has to fight with the wild dogs to drive them away. The remaining two are actually very nervous. It's not good to see the situation. They actually ran away after 1001. And the remaining one is even more cowardly. It also ran away in a hurry. Then the wild dog easily grabbed the prey. But it's not just the wild dog that grabbed the prey. And the hunting dog won't miss this opportunity. These hunting dogs were just about to be used. But suddenly a hunting dog came out and took the prey away. And the few hunting dogs just let Lin Yong go. But this Lin Yong is not good at tea. He actually asked the hunting dog to attack the hunting dog directly. Good guy. This fighting power is really strong. But if he wants to run away, it's still very difficult, because it's not just the hunting dog that's eating him. The wild dog next to him is also in a hurry. The wild dog is nowhere to escape. And in the end, he still fell into the hands of the hunting dog. He wanted to struggle once, but the hunting dog used the exclusive skill of the tail who gate directly. Lin Yong was honest in an instant. This method is absolutely impossible to use in a fight. That's it. The hunting dog easily grabbed the prey from the hunting dog. I have to say that the hunting dog is really powerful. It's a pity that the hunting dog worked for nothing again. As soon as the lion is mentioned, what often reminds people first is his first-class hunting skills. Many animals can't escape his claws and claws. However, the lion has lived on the African prairie for so long. In order to kill some prey for a long time, other skills will be developed. For example, the cave technique. This skill is to kill the oil pig hiding in the cave. The oil pig is also a cave master. Their caves are usually very small. just to prevent wild animals, such as lions and flowers, from entering. So this has also become a confrontation between cave masters and cave experts. The fairy tale only exists in the movie. In reality, the oil pig is one of the lion's favorite prey. The lion is also very smart. He only picks those that are easy to run away from the cave. A few lions are around the entrance of the oil pig's house. They seem to have a lot of confidence in catching the oil pig in the cave, and the oil pig is to prevent death. The whole body is locked in the cave. I'm sure a few lions have already scared him to death. If the cave is not vertical. Otherwise, the oil pig has already been dragged out of the cave by the lion. The cry of the oil pig is getting louder and louder. It means that the lion's claws have caught his flesh. He has no way to escape. In his heart, he scolded himself. Why don't you dig a little deeper? It's not safe to hide at home at this time. The reason why the lion's cave running skill is so good. This is because his claws are big and long. It's very beneficial to throw away the soil. Usually, even if the cave is indeed very deep. But the lion will not give up. It doesn't matter even if you run for a few hours. And some oil pigs can't stand the huge mental pressure. Will run out of the cave? The result is what is expected. The lion is waiting for this moment. But some oil pigs are very stubborn. Just like the oil pig in the video. I can only hear his screaming. But I can't see his figure. I have to stand and die. This oil pig was dragged out of the cave by the lion. Open your mouth and scream with a heart of steel. Unfortunately, the lion has bitten him to death. It doesn't give him a chance to breathe. If the meat is strong, the natural world is so cruel and ruthless.